Hey there, mateys. This is Discovery Scouts of Pirates of the Caribbean film series here. Today is Tuesday, December 13, 2016. So, welcome back to the Q&A answer series right now. And, one of the good reasons is called, I wanted to think go back there about reactions about Mcjuggernuggets on Juliette's book up from Jesse's. But he could bring the camera, he could sleep over for about her girlfriend, but his girlfriend. But she was freaking out. She was putting the camera down, Some she calling the career she wanted to be about for the new song album. But they're just sending about her room of this plan. She knows, but Jessie just whispering when she gets sleep. She doesn't distract for him, but she can't have to bring into his camera then while he was filming with his Julia's place, So she doesn't do the one at this place. They didn't know where you are, He can't leave her behind, just as being around. But she doesn't ruin his Christmas. But he didn't watch the various shows about this videos on the album. She gets really mad. She gets really mad from the distracting from the singing on the guitar players, and very misplaced. But she says you can't stay here for Jesse. But he don't wanted to see where you at, But he certainly, but allegedly, he just broke up for her. But her heart was broken. He's sad that he wasn't really ridiculous for Julia Riley, but she had no idea where she going to the career and she joining the song about going around to the country on USA. But they mentioned that her parents are not there, But Jesse wants to stay for Juliette's, but he can't have it about the girlfriend anymore, But he broke her up already about last 2 years. But 2014, 2015, through now is 2016. About 2 years to 365 days. Through every 1 year, about 4 years to the revolves, about 366 days. Before the animated for the real life vlogs, but it came to about Psycho series priority. So just like about December 2012 through June 6, 2016, but when did Julia sings the battle cry? When did he gets out there from Elma, New Jersey to Switzerland? What is there about Psycho kids flees country, but they didn't know about the career he looked up there about the microphones on, but so he said this is true, and a lot of the experience about her boyfriend, but she would broke up for Jesse, but he was literally sad. He was freaking out. He was got it about the brain's injury, but he's got the headache. He got about very intangible, just as a side and side. No, they're just having the real issues about talking about the careers. She didn't know what he talked about from Jesse, and he was stressed out for most of the half last 2 days ago. And he could have wanted about be most of them about not to get to the ruins of Christmas. But he says she will see about the Christmas Eve, but from Christmas days, and Christmas days about during the church every time about 12 o'clock mass, about a.m. and midnight. And this is called 8 o'clock a.m. for Christmas days and days from the eve. But sometimes he knows Juliette, he would be a high intensities, but he walk out of her car, but he's getting his pink car, but he literally broke up with her, but he could be decided to see how is it what it happened. So right now, writing about issues about her the career, and most of all, the Juliette walk away the inside, the closing the garage so they're activated. But Jesse can't hear for the sake call Juliette. But he literally just can't hear it. But that he would never see her again. But he would promise to the Christmas days they wanted to do it about wrote it down about envelope for their birthdays, Mother's Days, the Father's Days, and those that happen during holidays. Very interesting about 4th of July, Labor's Days, Columbus Days, and Thanksgiving, and Christmas Days, Christmas Eve, Happy New Year's, and Happy Valentine's, St. Patrick's, and Spring Break, and Happy Easter's. It's just he looks about very sad, certainly. Elicits about very interesting about and very excellent about who would it be on Broken Up Promises on the Juliette's boyfriend replaces on the Jesse's Rich Way on Mcjuggernuggets, bringing the cameras on the Juliette's house and the places on the new live. But she after the graduation day for the last 7 months, and she goes about the career as it knows about a very great job. Where the job listing could be the openers so going to release things, and it could be about album songs and realistics and the dating from Jesse for there could be someone that could be about leaving behind about for the personally, the person life and the most do have most about guitar players and most of the going into concerts and watching those from the Man in Corn and Parker, Mark, just as mentioned of Zachary and Buzz and his dad, his mom, his brother Jeffrey, and they literally don't want to see him again. Maybe she can't wait until about Christmas Eve and day, but sometimes Parker do and most of the half is very welcoming for the family, and some of but he would naturally could anyways put to be there could be really naturals really days, but it would take a long time with very and curiosity, and she was special getting about the loyalty, and he would not get against for Juliette's replaces about his threatens, but he would sometimes for Juliette couldn't break up for him, but he says, but I watched my girlfriend broke up with me, Jesse just wrote on this about cap locks with this about on this videos with it on the new vlogs, but Juliette didn't like the filming on this camera during the joining of the career on this concert, but she goes to the work really enjoying the time about all the way around the country on the Louisiana, New York City, and Los Angeles, California, Anaheim, Comic-Con, Sacramento, San Francisco, San Jose, San Diego, and Yosemite formerly, and Las Vegas, Nevada. This is called almost there for the last 2 years. So I've been there about last time. So I've been there for last summer. So anyway, he will hope to see Jesse. She will hope to see Jesse in Tulsa's Christmas days, but she didn't. He didn't know Jesse. He wouldn't take care for Juliette. He would be my best friends ever, and then have it about and Quince. Then we have a higher quality. And the newest ones, it could be about really in players, about reactions, and about very interesting. That's really gonna be reactions, and that's where to be coming up with about very important things, and some things it is important. It could be about hearing the help, about very reaction, very naturals, very do with them to do a great job, and if it knows about very interesting. I know that very in most of you helping how would you do having fun, you know. And those special effects to you guys, all of you don't have to and change it for right now, So you have to affect it if you do have the most of you if you enjoy it every time, So every one day for he can spend it over for one day for just from yesterday, just Sunday and Monday, just Sunday and Monday, and she just literally just seen every monument, but she said she can't sleep over for right now. She working with her career for the talking outside, the dialing with the cell phones or the telephone. But she was thinking about but he thinks about what she's going on. But she was responsibility. She was to get out of his life, and but it could be about he was the aunt. Could be about family of affairs. But he and she's and there are no strangers to be there about no strangers to be. If it could about one of the things to do, and. It could be about it could be about not the determinations, It could be a lot of good things about owls. Those is one of those things about could be about very interesting about very moments, and the note this one's a very moments. It could be mentioned to forget it once about quotes. So the next things from yesterday. Brian came in for living about 2 weeks, in this trailer. Jesse and Brian and Parker was Caroline filming this one and new ones, just like from Corn today. Sometimes the 3 days living there, but Brian sleeps over for about 5 days. It takes about very interesting about 24 hours and minimum. One of the good things about very interesting, if it could be all lots of those about classical very mentioned like Disney's and Paramount Pictures and Runfile Studios and Universal's and Marvel's just mentioned and DC Comics. When they know having about enjoy any time about the sneaking around those about the RV trailers for Uncle Larry's. But she literally just certainly there about the Brian thing. Whatever it takes about for very driveway into the night. But he would park here into beside of a trailer when the Brian's is here. But he would sneak and shocky. But he knows that she's coming. But that was a psycho mom, Teresa Ridgway. But she freaking out for him. But she says, "You don't live here. You don't live here." She says, "Get out of here. Get out of here." About 2 times, and 2 times they say, "You don't live here." The 2 times, just get out of here. Just the 3 times, And she says no. But Jesse Parker and Brian just freaking out from his mom, his mom. But but he wasn't just suggested to leave there from the New Jersey from the California. But there are sometimes about YouTuber 24. There's certainly about the insteadly about the terrible things happen for about an exchange for his mind about the friend, it being about interrogating about the falling from the rich race residents back in this house. But he goes back to his home, but he tries to cool on. He tries to say, "You're home. Well, how is it doing there?" Brian just falling for no reasons. He literally just drive back ways and about the front, the backyards, and he opens up the back doors and he chasing for no reasons. But he was supposed to be there, and he was a proposal. One of the good reasons about losing lots of plants, those who knows about very reality, deciding to see most he has about very exhausted, winded, and very tired, and it kind of like about sick and tired for him. But his psycho mom, that doesn't matter. It doesn't see what are the good things happen. In the knows about in intensities. It knows about very emotions. Anyways, it could be a lot. It could be a lot of those things about very mentioned that for the terrible lots of things happen. If he knows, but he knows why he's here, and they know where you come from. For right now, they have a really important things about those helps. Very insensitive society, and the company really reserved for his families about Jesse and Parker from the Brian. He would be friendly about his psycho mom. He would remember that, but his psycho dad's fights Brian about last 3 months. There's certainly about his responsibility without the permission on YouTube channels, but descended by the YouTuber 24, descended his about who lived at his apartment, who worked there about gaming channels to the gaming channels to Twitch/stream, Facebook who finds the Twitch/stream gaming channels, and he didn't like it about Cocker Story, Cocker Talk, like it the Korea's place. They like it about the hangouts there about every day, every year about the past 6 years, and those who has it about the advances what he's about the problem, and so he knows what who goes there for right now, but he didn't like those change for right. So Joseph who was right. But he did what he could, but he literally just turned the video off of every time. I didn't roast about every change, and to those who liked about very 10 of the 15 minutes, who look there for enjoy it for every time, and sure. So they did not really ensure it really does, He was literally just seeing he was terribly a lot of good things happen. It looks about very, very important things. And most important, who was it about the most about all these videos, a lot of those are plans about every days and new videos every day, joining on December 9th, 2006. So he knows he's joining on YouTube channel. He was about the 14 years old. But he did joins about the Jesse Ridgway, joins in about Mcjuggernuggets'S, who goes in about YouTube channels, who represented by the last 10 years. He was a concern for about acquires everything. The requirements who has about a lot of good things about very mentioned about entrance, enter and exit about the last 4 hours and 30 minutes. He could be hang out there about a lot of good things to do. that he would be enjoying the time about the VidCon. The next year is 2017 in the summer, May 2017 through August 2017. They're taking about 2017 and 123 days on the May and August 2017. And who goes about last 10 years? I seen about I was a kid about my brother and sister here was about last 10 years. We were young, and my dad's under 50 years old. He almost about 6D. Wow. He almost about 6D. He must have been about last 10 years. The last 10 years passed for now. Who would have seen about at World's End through the Dead Man Telling Tales? Will Turner seems about played by Orlando Bloom. He was the 30 through 40. She knows him about 22 years old. She didn't want to sing about Pirates of the Caribbean 5th. She was a 32. She like it. She like her set. She like you guys says, mateys. They have no they have a Wilson says. They have a recurrence about main characters on Johnny Depp, Orlando Bloom on 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 5th, and Jeffrey Rush 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and Kevin McNally, Martin Kleba, and Steve Graham for the 4th and 5th, and Carlos Gallardo in first time, Brent Authorities, Javier Bardem, and David Wentham. I see Adam Brown. They don't know what to say. They don't know what to say. It's everything, middies. My guys, come on, friends. Here with the seas about lots of gentlemen of the seas. Jerry Barkheimers, Gore Verbitsky, Hans Sievers, Rob Marshall's a class Bowdell. But they're already gonna see it about the Disney, send it to the Disneyland, California on Pirates of the Caribbean the ride. They show you guys about very interesting about the smoking, the fogging, liking scenes about the viewers, about 5 million views every day, anytime. They have to definitely with the scenes, lots of those about the romantic choice, sci-fi actions, and all of these channels all have a nose about the starter right now. And she will get to have the chance with you guys to have an exchange with you about talk to you the guys about the working hard, making rewards about the viewers, making the 200,000 viewers, making about 1,000 people's rewarded, and making fans have fun, enjoy it, and so that's it right now. So my gentlemen, very good to see you about Justice today. So welcome back. So it's good to be back on Q&A and serious action about Mcjuggernuggets and stories. Mcjuggernuggets stories on a documentary and Pirates of the Caribbean 5th in the film series. You're doing guys good. So don't forget to subscribe for more content and send it to the subscribers following on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Google, Friends, Situation, and Gaming Channels, Juggies on I'm Elma, New Jersey, Cockle Talk, Culture Story, Hangouts, and Tomalel, the Play Stores. So follow subscription and friends on Mcjuggernuggets, Big Butter, Jody Stopbogger, Kid Behind the Camera, Bridget West, Angry Grandpa Shows, Grandpa's Corner, Recycle Dad, Larry's Lounge, Joe Bum, Recycle Aunts, Recycle Uncles, and Melissa, Recycle Mom, and Manning Corn, and Juliette Riley, Manning Corn, and Crazy Boyfriend, Crazy in Love, Krieg, Bro Squad, Bagging Dad, Elliot Giles, Nana Giles, Top Rank Giles, and Nana Giles, and Ben Phillips, and Prank vs. Prank, JF vs. BF, and Derek Diesel Daily, Cuba Guy, The Cuba Guy Life, Nesboo, Life of Moko, Life of Boo, The Boo Show, including Fossilita on YouTube channels with the Derridas, and Forever Alexander Derry on Instagram, Logan Larman, and Brendan T. Jackson, and Kay Upton, and Leva Rambin, Margaret Robbie, Cara Delevingne, Selena Gomez on YouTube, and David Henry, and Brent Authorities, Elizabeth Olsen, couple things and a lot of good things. All the subscribers today. So don't forget. Guys. So mate for some pranks on War tonight. So I love you guys to the death. So don't forget, guys. So don't forget. Keep it rich, mateys. Have a nice day.